Testing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm back. I had to set up the Twitch stream. Can you guys hear me? Hello, thank you, Bagel.
One, two, 1, 3, 2, 4,
1.
3. Close penalty.
1. 1. 1. One. 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 Okay, I'm almost done setting up. 1 second.
One. One, two,
One.
three,
Here I
4, 5.
go. One.
May I
Two.
cut in?
3. Cosine. Huh?
What do you mean no more itchy knees? There's... I think... Wait, where's my water? I'm gonna be sitting at this computer for a while. There should still be, Here you go, voice. You still have your itchy knees, it'll be okay. Oh wait, I don't want vibration on. Wow. Is this? I'm here. I'm really excited. What are my stats? Okay, let's go online. Actually, let me set my default character. Oh, location. eSports arena. They spelled eSports correctly. Check the stats. Ribbons, trophies. Okay. Puyo Puyo League. Grand Magician League Pro. Advanced Speedster, Advanced Cleaner. Merciful Mage. Okay, it's time to go fight. Welcome to Puyo Puyo League. By winning a certain number of times, you can get a rank up match. Win those, and you will move on to higher ranks. Oh, but it already transferred. Oh my. Patch version. It's just version 1 for us. Okay. Maybe I will get someone at 3:35 p.m., which is like... What? A real human being? Oh no, already?
Fine, I'll join the fray. One, two.
Oh no!
Got him.
One.
One.
Wait, they're gonna dig.
One. One. Two.
Wait, no, that cuts
Three.
early.
Listen
Two.
to this.
Three.
One.
Ah, well played. Six. Reggiole.
Oh, that's not ravioli anymore. It's actually pronounced
Do-re-mi.
Good.
really.
That's the end of that.
Pouring out for no more ravioli. I'm a little sad.
One.
One. Two.
Wait, that cuts early.
Three. Listen to this.
One. Two. Three. Four.
Is my eye tracker on?
Well played. Six. Seven. Eight.
One.
Verdant wing.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Such harm! Help! Do-re-mi.
Good. That's the end of that.
Can you guys tell me if you see my eye tracker? Wait, okay, 1 second. Okay, there you go. Hey, I got my promotion! Yeah! Finishing blow. So that's what it says. Can I go into FIFA Select and see what all the character types are called?
It's my turn. Love conquers all.
I'm not cheating well.
2,
Oh no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Two. 3,
Are the tutorials not in this version?
5, 6. Rape. 1, 2,
They might be adding the tutorials in an update.
One. Ah! I'm no match. Victory!
Wait. To get a Baoyuan, I need to get like a 15 chain or something, right?
One. Two.
I'll buy myself time by blocking that off.
One. 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 Two. Three.
Oh,
4, 5, 6, 7.
I don't know if this will work.
1. Rave hard. 2, 3. Ice storm.
Oh,
Hey,
I forgot to
stop.
ride.
Uh-oh. See you next time. One. One.
Uh-oh.
2. Ow! 1. 1. 2. 1. 2.
Oh no.
Emission.
Oh,
1. 2. Hey, stop! Uh-oh. See you next time. The water's fine. Goo goo goo.
oh, random select pick carbuncle. It must be fate. Okay, let's see if I can get like at least a 13 chain. I need to hear the final spell.
Goo. 1. Goo. 1. 2. 1. 2.
Oh no!
Swim with me.
Oh,
Goo. Goo. Goo goo. Goo goo. Goo goo goo.
wait, final spell is the 9 chain. Wait, I don't have to go that high? Oh.
One. Goo. One. Goo. Goo. 1. 1. 2.
Oh no!
Goo goo. Goo goo
Why am I
goo.
so bad? Okay, for real this time. Wait, my chain didn't work anyways. Wait, that makes me worry. for?
Go.
Wow.
My name is CL.
It picked Carbuncle again.
One. Go. One. Go. Go. One.
Oops.
Two. Go. Three. All within projections. Five. Le Montage de
Oops, I went too high.
Go. Go. All according to calculations. One. Two. Go. Go. One. Stop.
Oh, is this my chance?
Go.
Let's get some more in.
One. Go. One. Two. Go. 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 One. Go.
Oops.
Go.
This is too committal.
Go. One.
Wait, but what is
Two.
that?
But my calculations. Go. This doesn't add up. Go. Go. One.
I'm not used to this form.
One. Two. Go. Go.
Is that gonna be...
Go.
I can see the harassment.
Go. Two. Go.
Got him.
My calculations. One. Go. Go. One. Stop. This doesn't add up.
Alright, I blocked the harassment chain before it could get used. There is something more on the right? No, I meant like on top of the GTR. Network error. Alright, wait, we have to see what the fever titles are, right? Hey, Gaomon. Strongly balanced. Aw, wow, that was a missed chance. In the English version of Puyo Puyo Fever 1, Carbuncle's fever title was Well-Balanced Player? Question mark. Uses small chains, strongly balanced. Attacks fast. Well-balanced player? Oh, so the names to all the characters got posted in Puyo World. Well, a video did. So if you guys want to look there, go onto the Puyo Discord.
turn. My name is CL.
My name is CL.
One.
I have a feeling they're going to... Oh, fine. Will this work?
1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 6, 5, 7, 6, 8, 9, 10. Bouclier de l'ange. Stop!
Yo, they actually what?
All according to calculations.
You know how like Klug says like a bunch of land stuff, but they just made it like normal English things for the Puyo Tetris translation. They just made her say her like ridiculous gibberish. What language is that? It was always great to me how the Puyo series would include attacks from all sorts of different languages. We finally brought it back
1,
all the way.
3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 6, 6, all within projections. 9, all within projections. 10, all within projections. 10, 11, 12. All within projections. Hey, stop!
All within projections.
Hey, stop! Uh-oh. All according to calculations.
Wait, is the accent good? I don't even know.
A hero always prevails.
The water's fine.
One,
Oh, come on.
1, 2,
1, 2.
1, 2, 3. I love the water.
What the?
Wow, what a pure thing to
One.
say.
2. I actually did it.
One,
1,
2.
2.
What the? I can't lose.
Did she really said that? Okay, let me...
1, 2.
Ah. 1, 1.
This is an okay chain.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3.
4.
This is the end. 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 This is the end.
Oh,
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No.
You may trust in my power.
what did she just say? What?
One, 2.
Dude, Suriri is too hilarious. What is this even?
1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6.
1,
Mega
2.
Grave!
3, 4, 5,
1,
6. Please go away. 8,
1.
9. Cannonball!
What the? I can't lose.
Be starting soon.
It's showtime! One, two,
Oh boy.
Oh, a rush.
1, 2.
1.
All right.
Oh boy.
Wow, you're gonna do this to me in a first
Wait,
two.
what?
Smooth moves.
One.
I can see that two chain.
1,
Uh-oh.
2.
1.
All right.
Whoa, that's a
One.
gigantic
2.
3
Oh
actually.
boy. 1.
1, 2.
Oh boy. Wait, what?
Smooth moves.
Very
Will
good.
you cheer for me?
One, 2, 3. Wind kick.
1, 2.
Wait, she didn't say her all clear thing.
Ugh, that wasn't fun.
Did you enjoy my technique?
One.
One,
One,
Oh,
2.
that's dangerous.
Let's
One.
dance.
2,
Oh, I cut that.
3. Clear the mind. 5, 6, 7, 8. Fighting Queen.
1, 2, 3. What fort nuisance? Nuisance. Ugh, that wasn't fun.
Did you enjoy my technique? It's my turn. Let's go.
Okay, I'm just gonna go down the list. If you end up not hearing the character because I'm bad at the game, there'll be another chance. My chain's weak.
1. 1. 1. 1. 2. 1. 3. 2. 4. 5. 6. 7. 1. 8.
I think in Japanese she says fulmination.
10. 11. Luminescence. Uh-oh. Yeah.
Or illumination? Oh, wait. Illumination. Illumination? Who knows?
I'm in this to win.
I'm in this to win. Illumination. Wow, it said something so cursed. Erase that from your memory.
One. 1.
Oh, how do I...
1. 1. 1. 1. 2. 1. 3. 2. 4. 3.
Oh, I forgot a purple.
4. 6. Right back at ya. 7.
Uh-oh.
8. 9. 10. 2. Have an encore. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Calculus! Ow! Ow! Back to square one. Do, re, mi.
Wow, I got like no greens. This is terrible.
1. 1. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 1. 2.
Can I block something?
1.
Wait,
One.
that cuts early.
2. 3. 2. 3. 4. 5. Right back at ya. 7. 8. Calculus! Help! Help! Do, re, mi. I'm at 100%.
Speaking of 100%, I watched Mob Psycho Season 2. It was really good.
One, 2, ow! 1, 1, 2. Oh no! 1. 1. 1, 2.
Uh-oh.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, encore. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1. Right 2. Gotcha. 11. 3. Calculus. La da. Help! Do, re, mi. I'm at 100%.
Can I play as Sultana? Is she next?
Let's rock!
I see that.
1, 1, 2,
You're not ready for this.
just watch. 2, 1, 2, 3. Scream it out! Ah!
This cannot be!
I'm just getting started. One,
Oh, not there.
1, 2,
Disaster!
1, 2. Oh, you're good.
Ow!
Did you not?
1,
Maybe you didn't see that. But that looks like a dig. I can't get too care.
1, 2,
Uh-oh.
1, 1,
Oh no, that's...
3, 4, 5, 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, darkness time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Enjoy! 10! Ascension!
I should have tried to keep fighting.
You will never beat me!
One,
Oh no, a rush.
3.
Calamity!
Okay, I tried gambling on getting the extension, but then I didn't get enough.
1. Not bad. Gotta go with the flow.
You will never beat me!
Is dual audio on console? Yeah.
It's showtime!
Shall we? One, 2.
Hey, watch it! 1, 2,
1.
That was a bad idea to make my chain so flat.
1, 2,
Oh gosh.
1,
Desist!
2.
Ah! How vexing!
Smooth moves.
2. Prepare yourself.
Hey, watch it!
Close them
1,
off.
2.
Oh. Whoa, they
2. Here comes
They got
the groove.
everything.
4, 5. Hey, hey, hey!
Oh, I hesitated.
Desist.
I thought it would go on for like 2 more
Desist.
links. I read it wrong.
Vexing.
Smooth moves.
Oh.
It's showtime.
Shall we?
Is that?
One.
1,
1,
1,
2.
2.
One. One.
Oh, I blocked that.
2.
1, 2. 1,
1,
1,
2. Prepare yourself.
Oops.
One.
That was
2. Here comes the
that
groove.
cuts.
Feel the beat.
1, 2, 3. Allow me. 5. Amethyst glitter.
1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes the groove.
oh.
1,
Hey, watch it.
1, 2. 1,
I think they should cut them off.
2. Prepare yourself.
2. All right. Hey, watch it.
1, 2.
1. Hey, watch it.
Wait, are they
1,
digging down? Whoa, that's
2.
really good.
1,
3. Now behold.
1, 2, 3. Here comes the groove. 5.
Wow.
Hey, hey, hey.
Desist. Desist. How vexing.
Smooth moves.
One,
1,
2.
2. 1. 1, 2.
Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go.
2, 3.
I think my top chain alone will counter.
Allow me. 6. Amethyst glitter.
What is he saying?
Yes, victory is mine. One.
Gotta make this strong enough to counter.
2, 3.
Wait.
1,
4.
Oh.
5.
prepare
6.
yourself.
Hey, 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 hey.
Oh, actually,
One.
I should have just did my normal chain.
3, 4, 5. Amethyst. Desist.
1.
I thought they were doing just a color chain, but then they set off everything. Oh, whoops.
Feel the beat.
Desist.
I'm always reading everything wrong.
How vexing.
Smooth moves.
Sometimes I wonder if it's better just to concentrate on my own chain instead of trying to read something I'm going to read incorrectly. But then the only way to get better is to try it.
Shall we?
I want you.
Ever at your service.
One, two,
1, 2. 1, 2.
Wow, you're going ham. I should be more
One.
careful
curses.
for your big commits.
One.
Oh!
One,
I mean, there's nothing I can
Two.
do at this point. I don't have no
One.
space to fight back.
2, 3,
One.
4, 5, 6,
one,
7,
two.
8.
Dark magic.
Let there be light.
Curses. I've been finished.
A job well done.
One,
This isn't.
two,
Yeah, that's a high chain.
1, 1,
one,
1, 1, 1,
one,
2,
Uh-oh.
3,
one,
4, 5,
one.
6, 7, 8,
Will I get this?
9.
Oh, I didn't! I don't have enough greens!
Curses. I've been finished.
A job well done. My name is CL.
Be starting soon.
One. One, two,
Oof.
1, 2, 3.
One.
Fair Sevi.
Oh boy. Wait, what?
All according to calculations.
Why does Sig's voice sound... Does it sound like a lot louder than everything else? It like caught me off guard for a second there.
One. Two.
1. Stop! One,
One.
1,
Two.
2,
Three. Cyan.
1, 2, 3. All within projections.
Oof. 1, 2,
1,
acid wash.
2,
Oh no.
3.
1,
That's a
All
big
within
power
projections.
change.
5.
3,
Le manteau de
cyan.
l'ange.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Wait, what?
All according to calculations.
Oof. Burger King foot lettuce. What? I don't even want to know what that is. Don't tell me.
It's my turn.
Are you ready?
One.
1,
Is this a proper way to...
1, 2, swing in!
1, 2, 3. Take that. 5, 6, 7.
Okay, I'm not getting this.
Judgment.
2,
This
3,
doesn't counter.
4, 5, 6. Earth turn! Oh no! Oh no! Just wait till next time.
Victory! One.
Oh,
Ow! 1,
wait, why did they make their GTR like that? Are they gonna get double blues?
3, lightning drop!
Hey, stop!
1, 2.
Ow! Uh-oh.
Looks like I won! One, 2.
This is lucky.
One.
1,
2.
2. Swing in!
Hey, stop!
Swing it!
Looks like I won!
It's my turn.
Will you cheer for me?
I haven't gotten a Bao Yuan yet, I think.
One.
1, 1, 2.
2.
Let's dance.
Wow, I'm trying to fight, but I'm not good at it.
2. Fireball!
1, 2. Nuisance. Ugh, that wasn't fun.
Victory!
It's really tough to consistently win the first to twos on rank.
One,
Is that a 3?
2.
1, 2. No!
That's not going to be...
2.
1,
3.
2,
4.
3,
Mind blast!
4, Easy enough. 6, 7, 8. How's this strike you?
Hey, stop! Uh-oh.
Thank you, thank you.
I need to like de-rust. I've been coding instead of playing Puyo, and it's showing. Like I'm so.
1,
Okay, 3 chain.
2.
1.
Oh, that's.
Dance.
Gotta set this off now.
1,
Ice storm.
2, 3.
I made a lot of progress on the Chain Simulator though.
5,
You guys can try it out if you
6,
want. It's fully
7,
playable, I think.
8.
2.
Here's the beta
How's
link.
this strike you?
4.
Can you tell me if it's broken or not?
6. 7. Take that.
Wait, what?
Nuisance.
Oh, I lost.
Nuisance.
Anyways, let me find the link.
Ugh, that wasn't fun.
Victory!
Please help.
It's my turn. Are you prepared?
What am I doing? I don't know how to use this form.
One. 2. Thrashing time. 1. 2. 3. Take that. 5. 6.
Oh.
7. 8. Violent. 1.
Wow, a 9.
2. 3. 4.
They're
5.
fast.
6.
Oh, I could have put yellow there.
Static shock. No. 1. 2. No.
Iron Pro, thank you.
Someone owes me an apology. Victory!
Okay,
1.
try this.
2. Hey, stop! Uh-oh, was there ever any doubt? One. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4.
Oh, I could have put a blue there.
5. 6. 7. 8. Rainbow to hey, stop! Uh-oh, was there ever any doubt?
You know, random aside, but I was always kind of surprised they were allowed to use the name Puzzle League in Puyo Puyo Tetris. Isn't that like 1% copyright infringement? But now it just says Puyo Puyo League, so I guess we're good. Oh, why is it?
It's potion time!
Let the experiment begin! One, two.
Are they tailing like? Whoa.
One.
Okay.
1. 1. 1.
Oh no. Is this my limit?
1.
1, 2, 3, 4,
1.
5,
2.
6,
3.
7,
4.
8,
5.
9,
6.
10,
7.
11.
Storm!
Devotion!
Stop that! What happened?
A resounding success!
Oh, I didn't think this through. Okay, wait. They're not ready to set up the kill chain yet, so maybe this floor will be enough.
Affection!
I had a color conflict, and there wasn't much I could do about it to fix it at that
A
point.
resounding success!
Yeah, I need to get better at L shape. Oh, actually, yeah, this is a new game and all, but those numbers that are flying around on the screen aren't actually in the game. I made that.
I won't lose.
Hmm.
1.
They don't have the reds yet.
2. Stop that! 1. 1. 2. 3. 4. Dragon Claw! Stop that! What happened? Sorry. You never stood a chance.
Did I miss the super chat? I'll get to it in a second. Today has just been very overwhelming. It's like we're in the future, but actually it's today. Do you guys ever feel like that sometimes? Here we go! One!
Stop that!
One! One!
1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 1. 9. Inferno! Stop that! Stop that! What happened? Sorry. You never stood a chance.
Oh.
It's potion time!
I need to make my stream look better. 1 second.
Ever at your service.
Okay, wait. I need to like read the donations. Wait, no, you were supposed to be playing.
What happened? A job well done.
How did I win?
One, two. One, two, one, three.
Oh, wait a
two,
second.
4, 3, four. Return fire! Star blast! Impossible! Impossible! Retreat! That all you got?
Let's block off the
One.
yellows and the blues.
2. Stop that!
Oh, okay.
One.
I'm good now.
2, 3, 4.
Okay, donations.
What happened? A job well done.
David Dean, $10. Thank you so much. MC Dragon Master X says for $10. You weren't supposed to rotate with Draco. Oh. Sorry, I don't want to be that in character. I have my rating at stake. Did we go through all the characters already?
Be starting soon.
Go!
Oh, is it lagging? Just a little bit. Is that a rush?
Go!
Oof.
Ugh.
1,
Go!
1, 2. Acid wash.
Go!
Wow, you still got that off.
1,
Go! 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 Go!
Oh, I forgot her
One.
purple. My
2.
thing was broken on the
Three.
right.
Cyan. Oh boy. Wait, what?
Go!
Wow, this was like a lot of
Wow.
greens. I actually don't know what to do with all this. I
One.
totally messed up. What was this RNG?
1,
Go! Go!
1, 2.
Go! 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 Go!
Okay, I don't.
2, 3.
Wow, I
Four.
chose the totally wrong thing to
5.
do.
Lapis lazuli. Oh boy.
Go!
Oh boy.
Go!
Wait, what?
Go!
Oh, so I ordered a fan on Amazon because my room is hot. Actually, let me turn on the fan. It's like burning. Oh, it's already on, but it's still hot. Pro tip, don't live in Georgia. My dream for the future is to move somewhere where it's eternally like 70 degrees. So I guess like California.
It's my turn. Ha! I won't lose. One, two, one, two, one.
Wait, that's how it worked?
Take that! 5, 6.
Wow.
Judgment! Why me?
There's a lot of Chinese forms
Why
I've yet
me?
to like understand.
Aww! Victory! One. One. Two. One. Two.
They won't be able to block this in time, right?
Two.
Or no, they'll have to set everything off.
One. Two. 3. Take that. 1. 5. 2. Judgment. 3. 4. 5. I'm on fire today. Hear me roar. Hey, stop. Hey, stop. Uh-oh. Sorry. You never stood a chance. One, two, fire breath. 2. Oh!
Oh, it's my chance.
1, 2, 2.
Gotta finish them.
Fire breath. Oh!
There we go.
Oh, sorry. You never stood a chance.
Wait, targets. No. Those aren't in the game. I made that. Boats and Joes. That's not really in the game. I made it for spectators. Maybe I should turn it off so people don't get the wrong idea.
It's my turn.
I just have a habit of... I've been leaving it on for my Puyo streams for a while now.
Shall we?
And people have said they're helpful.
One,
They have a 3 chain to block.
2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Prepare yourself.
Okay, I can remake this.
1,
Oh. Is that gonna be
1.
a 4? Oh no, I underestimated.
4. Allow me.
Wait.
5. Judgment. 1, 2.
Darn it, I should have tried to extend somehow.
4. Observe. Desist. 1, 2, 3.
Gotta get better at reading these chains.
6. Judgment. Desist. How vexing. Victory.
Oh. Yeah. An indicator.
1.
I'll. Do you mean like
1. 2. 2.
wait a sec. They're trying to
1.
oh darn it.
2. 1.
This is
2.
too
1.
much. Will they
3.
notice?
Now behold! Hey, stop! Uh-oh, yes! Victory is mine! One.
Oh, did that block something?
2. 1. 2. Fireball! Oh! 1.
Oh,
2. 3.
oh gosh.
Ice storm! 1. 2. 3.
Wait, is that gonna outchain me?
Allow me! Amethyst glitter! Hey, stop!
Wait, what happened?
Uh-oh!
Okay,
yes!
let me put.
Victory is mine!
Okay, let me put some little text in the bottom right corner that says the spectator assist is on. Okay. Spectator assist is the chain numbers that appear during the field, or on the field during the match. It's not actually in the game, so don't think it's there when you buy it, please.
The water's fine!
Oh, yo, Puyo Puyo Touch! The game that doesn't exist. Wow, I did this very ugly. I'm just like, really.
1. 2.
Thanks for working.
No match!
Okay, I got 2
One.
follow-up attacks. Will you set that
2.
off? Too late.
One.
You should have reacted better.
2. 1. 2. No match!
Oh, okay, let me update the title. Wait, I want to take another look at the icons again because I didn't. I only like kind of briefly looked at them earlier. Carbuncle. I want to be Ray and you. What happened to being in you and Ray? Dapper Bones. Ragnus. That's gonna take some getting used to. Frank and Stein. Oh my gosh! Tartar. That's also going to get some taking used to. Otomo. Oniko. Possessed Clune. Alter Ecolo. That's new. Onesie Prince. Okay. I kind of still like Hartman the most. Even in his English voice. Okay, let's do... Oh, we should do a different Puyo set. Wait, that means the spectator assist won't work. I need to work more in that tool. I don't have a lot of time though. Oh, what the heck. Let's just try it anyways. The color calibration will be wrong, so no chain numbers will come up, but oh well. What's the worst one?
Love conquers all!
A hero always prevails.
Oh my gosh. This is...
One,
Two,
mission!
3,
What?
5,
That was basically past week, Raikon.
7, 8,
One,
9.
2,
My ultimate
3,
strike!
4, 5, 6,
Oh gosh, that's...
7, 8, 9. All for love. 11. Love, love.
Oh no.
What the? I can't lose.
See you next time.
1, 2. A hero never loses.
1, 2.
What the?
Wow.
1.
1, 2. Emission.
Ah! Oh, right there.
I can't.
Wow, these are the worst.
See you next time.
I'm already bad at reading chains, and now I can't read.
It's potion time. Love conquers all. One,
Is that a power 3?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
4.
3.
It wasn't worth trying to fight that.
All for love. 6, 7, 8, 9. Love's light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7, 2, 8. Emission. Fire.
Wow. Okay, try this.
2, 1,
Oh.
2, 3. Return fire. Gravity slam.
Wow.
Ah!
This person's really strong.
I'm no match. That all you got?
Did I put enough?
1, 2.
Uh-oh. Wait, I was too focused on like figuring out how my chain worked. Oh my gosh.
1, 1. 1, 1.
Okay, I'll just have to
1, 1.
accept
2, 2.
this.
3, 3. 4. Round B. All for love. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Love's light. 1, 2. Stop that! What happened? See you next time.
Is the Japanese version getting dual audio? I would have no idea about that. Also, why are the sonic wheels so... This is the worst. I'm gonna turn it off after this round.
1,
I'm just not used to them at all.
1,
Oh, is that?
2.
This is the best I can do.
2.
Okay. I survived.
1, 2. Emission. 1, 2.
Wait, this doesn't really... Wait. Will it get enough Amy's?
Star Rain. Stop that! What happened? See you next time.
Okay. Let's not do that. Ooh, Game Gear.
Exhibition at your service.
Oh right, all the Game Gears look the same. Do you know what? I noticed something really awful about the new tutorial mode because that's coming out for the Japanese version, but it's using chalk Puyos. That better not be like a default setting because
1, 2, Blade of Kings. 1,
oh, they dug. This is bad.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Star Blast! 1, 2, 3, 4.
This isn't enough.
5, 6. Arc Ray! Impossible! 2. Impossible! Retreat! That all you got? 1. Only natural. Victory! 1. One, 2.
Okay, give me a purple so I can get my follow-up attack.
1.
Here we go.
2. 1.
Okay, it's over.
1, 2. Blade of Kings. 2.
Oh.
1. Shower. 2, 3. 1.
Oh no! 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 They dug so much!
5. Star Blast! Impossible! Impossible! Retreat!
How can I tell the color
That all
apart?
you got?
I don't have color blindness, so I'm okay, but yeah, this is very unfriendly. Well, at least all the skins are available at the beginning. It was always kind of annoying how you had to unlock the different Puyo skins in Puyo Tetris. Oh, this is another... Wait, where's the Morolians? Oh my gosh, I spelled the title correctly. I know how to spell champions. Okay?
Shall we?
The little extra antennas are actually very distracting. Oh, wait, no, I didn't mean to do that.
3.
Oh no.
4. 1. 5. 2. Amethyst 3. 4. 5.
This is
Thy
bad.
popular request. Such harmony. Desist.
Is that just a heart instead of a rock?
Vexing. Domain me.
Crap, I didn't mean to do that one.
1.
Screw it. Whatever.
1.
Rush. Here we go.
3.
Yeah, big brain.
Behold.
I won! Yeah! Wait, I didn't win yet.
1. 2. 1.
They dug!
2. Prepare yourself. 2.
Oh crap. Oh crap.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, harmony. 4, 5, 6. Allow me.
I don't even know what those garbage indicators are.
re mi. Yes, victory is mine. One.
Oh
Two.
man.
Desist! 1, 2, up! 1, 1, 2. Prepare yourself! Oh no! 1,
Okay, here we go.
1,
Here's my dig.
2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3. Observe! 4. La da da.
I'm surprised I'm getting any of this, considering I'm playing with the skin.
1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Observe! Help! Do re mi. Yes, victory is mine.
TVs. They're Mongolians from Space Channel 5, right? Oh, I'm gonna get Space Channel 5 VR when it comes out. Is it already out?
It's potion time.
Actually, Harpy's the best. Oh, I forgot to change the skin! Oh, crap.
1, 2. Stop that! 1. Stop that! What happened? Do re mi.
I'm trying to act like I'm reading their board. Actually, I see nothing. Oh gosh.
1, 1, 2, 1. One, 2. Meteor shower.
Oh, that's
1.
oh my
One,
yellow.
two,
My yellow's cut.
3. Thy popular week 5. 6. Such harmony. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Return fire.
I don't know how
9,
to.
10, 11. Supernova. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This isn't enough.
6, 7, 8. Heaven on cold. Help!
This is so.
Do re mi. That all you got? One, 2.
Oh, you had to do that.
1, 2. Thy popular request. Listen to this. Stop that. 1,
40 days.
2.
Wow, that's amazing.
1, 2, 3. Return fire! Oh no! 1, 2. Thy popular request. Listen to this. 1, 2. Stop that! 1,
Okay.
2.
I survived the Mongolian skin.
Do re mi.
Wait, is it Mongolians? They twitch in their idle animation? That's cute. Does Rafina still say a whole paragraph for her counter? I don't think so. I might need to take a break soon because honestly I want to keep playing, but I've been staying up like all night every night working and my eyes like physically hurt right now. It'll be okay. I think other people got early copies too. They're going to be streaming tonight, so wait, where's okay, never again. Ooh, chalk.
It's my turn.
Sorry, I know this is the worst. Oh gosh.
One, two, one. Oh no!
Oh,
One,
this is
two,
darn it, the dig.
two.
Thought I could be fast
Three.
enough, but I wasn't.
By popular week 5, 6, 7. Such harmony! Hey, stop! Uh-oh, do re mi. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. Have an encore. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take that! Violin! Help!
Yeah, it really does sound like she's saying violin.
Victory! One, two, one. One,
Oh, I misdropped.
one. One, two. One, two.
Uh-oh, this isn't good.
3, 6, 7, 8, 6, 9, 7. Violent! 9! By popular request.
Oh.
One,
Doremi's very far ahead.
1,
Uh-oh.
2, 3. Listen to this. Hey, stop. 1,
I need a lot of perfect colors
One.
here.
2.
Oh.
Hey, stop. Uh-oh, do re mi.
Be starting soon.
PFPQ G2 at what? Is that game code? Oh, I'm also streaming on Twitch at the moment too. If you're wondering why I'm responding to like other messages that you can't see. Can I get this? Wow.
1,
Oh,
2,
no, this is ugly.
3, 4,
I didn't mean to do that.
6,
Chalk is the worst.
7, 8, Cobalt,
Help! Help! Do-re-mi!
I won.
Why am I still playing with the chalk Puyos? I'm not even colorblind and I hate it too.
1, 2,
You ever just wake up in the morning sometimes and think like,
1,
why do I seek my own
2,
destruction?
1. Do-re-mi!
And then you go
I
on Twitter
won.
and make memes. That's my life right there. Oh, a 12-digit code's probably for a PlayStation 4. The chalk ones are cute, but then you realize that some of your friends can't see what's going on. Then you feel guilty. Ooh, did the retro... Wait. Oh, I love these. This is a throwback. Maple, hey! Oh, we already did the Sonic Puyos earlier.
It's my turn!
Oh wait, what was the request? Did you guys request Harpy again for like the 30th time? Okay.
I want you.
I love the purple Puyos in this skin. There's so much more like... like that.
1,
Okay, I'm never doing that expression again.
3.
1,
Listen to this!
2, 3,
Is that a...
parry. Nightblade.
Oh. Oh, wait! Oh. Wow, I'm an idiot.
Oh no!
Oh.
1,
1, 2,
Oh, okay, this counters.
3, Nightblade.
Wow, this is bad.
help! Do-re-mi!
Victory is mine.
Puyo Puyo. Puyo Puyo.
1,
1,
This is not gonna be...
1, 2,
1,
1,
1, 2.
They're probably just going to set the chain off soon, so...
1, 2, 3,
Okay, I've got some time to
4.
extend.
5, 6, 7,
Oh,
8.
no! I
Shockwave.
messed up! No, the blues!
1,
Oh, no!
2, 3.
No!
Listen to this!
victory is mine.
Oh my.
Ha! So be it.
Go!
Nothing ready yet.
Ow! 1. 1.
Go!
2.
A 3.
Disaster!
Cuckoo!
1. 2. Disaster!
Go! Go! Cuckoo! Go!
1.
Ugh, I'm already cornered.
Go!
2.
Go! 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 Go!
1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Enjoy!
Cuckoo!
Oh,
Go! 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 Go!
1. 2. Disaster! Ah!
Go! 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 Go!
Ah! This cannot be!
Go! Go! Go!
is that a rush? That's a rush.
1. 2.
I see what you're doing there.
Disaster!
Go!
You deserve this.
Go! 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 Go!
Ah! 1. 2. Ow!
Wow,
Go.
but you actually dug most of it.
Go!
Ow! 1. 1.
Go! Go!
1.
Go! Go!
Ow! This cannot be!
Go! Go! Go!
League standing maintained! Yeah!
Love conquers all!
Hey, I like Carbuncle's voice in English too. Twitch chat. It's fine. Wait, why am I still using the skin?
One. One.
Okay.
One.
Oh, that's the full chain.
Two.
I wasted time.
Mission. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Have an encore.
Oh,
2.
this work?
3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. All for love. 2. By popular record. La
Oh
la
my.
la la.
There's no way.
I'm no match. Do re mi.
Oh, look at this.
1. 2. Emission. Ignition! 1, 2, 1. Help! 1, 2.
Oh gosh.
1. La la la. 2.
I was never getting any blues.
One, two,
Uh-oh.
1, 3.
That was not a smart move.
La da.
I don't know why I put my greens there where they were forced to be popped. I made a mistake.
I'm no match.
I was supposed to leave that open for the purples. Oh, it's Tet again. Oh no, I didn't change the skin! Oh. I'm so sad.
I'm in this to win.
I'm in this to win, yeah. Sure.
One, 2. Oh no!
All right. 1, 2.
1. Oh no! 1, 2. Oh no! Do-re me! I'm at 100%!
How big is my Puyo collection? Does it contain Sonic Mania and Yakuza 6? Yeah, and it's gonna contain Judgment. When does Judgment come out? There's a Puyo Puyo minigame in the arcade. In the game.
1.
Oh,
1.
I was kind of scared my transition was gonna get punished.
1, 2. Oh no! 1. 1. 1. 1.
Oh,
2. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Right back at ya! Algorithms! Help! Do-re me! I'm at 100%!
oh, I'm really excited for the PC version. I can't wait to get that. Actually, I don't know. How do I say this? The PC version will be a lot easier for people to stream, so I'm expecting there to be a lot more Puyo Puyo streamers, I hope. Please stream if you can, guys. I need you. Oh, is this? I know this player.
So be it. Let the experiment begin.
Oh. Oh man. Darn it. Why am I so stupid?
1. 1.
Yes!
2.
I was waiting for that moment where they would commit something
Back
over
to
the purples
drawing
instead
board.
of...
You will never beat me.
Although maybe that was not a good idea either, because I didn't have a backup plan if they had reacted correctly. Ooh, what am I doing? This is bad. Oh no! No!
1,
Oh!
2. Not good.
Okay, time to chain fast.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Affection. 1, 2, 3.
Is this gonna outchain me? Shit, I think I might make it.
6. Cataclysm. 6. That solves that.
Oh, actually, I didn't. Oh man.
1,
No!
2.
No!
1. Tenderness. 2. Disaster. Ow. 1, 2. 1. Tenderness. 2.
Making a comeback.
Joy. 4.
Enjoy!
Devastation. 1, 2. Tenderness. 2. Not good.
What was that even?
1, 2. 1. Disaster. 2. Not good.
Okay,
1, 2.
is this it?
Disaster.
Okay, it's 2. Change the skin.
Back to
Change
the
the skin.
drawing board.
Change the skin.
will never beat
Change the skin. Change the skin. I don't know. I don't think the uploaded replays, they were never cross-platform. Oh, did any of you all see the first to 1,000 finish this morning? That was a trip. I want to do that one day. Okay, let me do a couple more with the aqua skin, which I'm used to. And then I'll be done for today. No, this is the Switch version. Oh, hey!
Let the
Shall we?
experiment begin.
Okay, all clear start.
1. I've done it!
Hmm?
1.
1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2,
Oh darn.
3. Affection.
1, 2. Prepare yourself.
1, 2, 3. Affection.
Wait, this should block. Come
2,
on,
3.
you got this.
Allow me.
Fury.
1, 2.
1.
Prepare yourself.
Not good. Back to the drawing board.
Yes, victory is mine.
You're pumped to get back into Puyo Champions? I'm pumped to see everyone like playing and being happy. Thank you. Well, I'm glad to see you back.
One,
Oh.
2, 3, 4,
1,
5.
2,
Passion.
3, 4, 5.
Yep, my summer's gonna be a lot of Puyo Puyo too.
8, 9,
1,
10.
2.
Royal carrot.
Tenderness. Fury. Fury.
Did she say royal tarot?
Back to the drawing board.
Is that how you even pronounce it? I thought it was tarot, like
Victory is
tarot
mine.
root. Oh, the credits menu. Huh. Royal carrot, is that what she says? Carrot. Carrots. Like the vitamin A carrots? Or the vitamin B carrots? Carrot as a jewelry? Oh, credits.
One, two, three, four, five, six, 10, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Elaine Wang, thank you for the $1 super chat. Jun Sonoy. Oh, localization support. Puyo Puyo Quest! Puyo Puyo Chronicle! I'm tired. Okay. Alright. Thank you, Galmon. Thank you so much. No, nothing confirmed. The credits were already in like English in the Japanese version. They're not gonna like randomly edit that out. I think. I don't know. Can I show you guys a 20 chain? That's not even possible. The physical limit is a 19. Unless it's Sun rules, but that's not in this game. Okay, thanks for hanging out, everyone. I guess we could just like freak out even more on the Puyo Discord. bit.ly/Puyo Discord if you want to hang out and talk about the game. I'll see you guys later. I'll try to get some rest. But yeah, make sure to pay attention for the next couple days. If you're near Laurel, Maryland, right? I think there's at Switch Versus, Zonverse is gonna bring a copy of the English version there for everyone to play together with friends, in person, with friends. It'll be fun if you're in the Northeast. Then I plan to play more this weekend when I wake up. Okay. Sorry if you like just came in or something, but I'm like wiped out. Yeah, we'll play later. You guys have a good day too. Make sure to eat and sleep and play Puyo, but also stay in school. That's the important part. You need to know, according to a poll on Twitter, The most important skill for a Puyo player is calculus. So make sure you study hard. Am I gonna rename all my videos to Champions instead of eSports? Going forward, it will be Champions, but I'll just leave the Japanese videos as eSports because that's just its actual name. So you'll graduate high school for me. No, you should do that for you. Oh, right. You can 20 chain with the 3-color pop. Huh, I didn't think about that. Okay, bye for real.